This is our duty.
Okay. Ms. Romina, while I'm introducing, just please make Hassan Al-Husseini a co-host. Yes? Ms. Romina? Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to our third training session for GMUN, the Global Model United Nations, under the motto, Decide to Unite, with the topic increasing the involvement of young women in STEM fields. Yes, we are in the 21st century, but still some women in some countries are left vulnerable. They might not be able to call for the rights, so we are here to do that for them and for us. So GMUN is your opportunity to show your potential, to show the world your debate skills, public speaking, creativity, and critical thinking with your solutions. With no more long introductions, let me introduce our new trainer for today. He is a senior computer engineering student at AUB, the American University of Beirut, Lebanon, with a minor in business administration. He is the president of the debate club at AUB and a debate trainer for 8+ years of experience in the field. He trained several teams before in various local and global debate competitions. So let us welcome him. Most welcome, Mr. Hassan Al-Husseini. And over to you, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Zaina, for the introduction. I would like also to thank International Internship University for this invitation. It's really a pleasure to be among you here today. And I'd like also to thank all the students who are joining us today. So I think we can start, Zainab, right?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So welcome everybody. So today, of course, I'm not able to share my screen. If you can give me access.
We have Mr. Mina, can you give him access to share his screen?
Yeah, I have access now. So welcome everybody to the workshop entitled Introduction to Debate for today, December 10. I hope you will be enjoying it, of course. So just to go over how the session will go for today. At the beginning, we're gonna just have a small icebreaker where we're gonna just like go over. We're gonna have a small game where you'll be like getting just more some energy, especially that this is of course online meeting, online training. And after that, we're gonna go into a small recap of what you understood in the previous sessions. I understand that you had sessions on public speaking and general knowledge on UN. And also we're gonna go over the concept of debate, where we're gonna over the concept of emotion, and we're gonna have a small activities on the type of motions. And after that, we're gonna go into briefly talking about argumentation and refutation for today as per the time that we have. And yeah, this made it the agenda for today. So first of all, of course, I think we have here how many students, Zainab, we have here, just because I'm not sure of, I don't know the management team. So
maybe we have 8 students.
Okay, so Ahmad, Aya, Azra, yes. Okay. All right, so at the beginning, just to get to know you better, so we're gonna have a small game, which is that I'm gonna send you a list of items on the group. I think now you added me, Zainab, on the group, right?
Yes, but I just figured out that we do have new students who are not with us in the WhatsApp group. So start here with the activity, and they have to send me the photos private. Okay.
Okay, great. So the idea of this icebreaker is that there's a group of there's a list of items that I'm gonna send now on the chat, and I'm gonna send as well on the WhatsApp group for those on the WhatsApp group. And this list of items, of course, are stuff that you can like have in your home, but you need just they are like in different places. So there's a spoon, bottle of water, a pen, notebook, scissor, remote control, apple, and toothpaste, and also plate and calculator. So But just to make sure you are able to hear me all and you are able to see the list of items.
Yeah, we can.
Others, I need to see, I think if we have 8 people, I need to see 8 people raising their hands before to make sure that you are all receiving the list of items. Okay, others? Okay, I think we have everyone raising hands. I think most of you. Okay, so I already sent the list to the master group. You will have around it's individual work. Usually if the number of students is bigger, like we make it in groups, which is more into like we get to know each other more. But since we have small groups of people in this session, so we're gonna go into individual work. So I want all of you to go and get these items in 6 minutes. So in Beirut time, I'm not sure what time you follow, but now it's in Beirut time 3:44. So you have till 3:50 to get these items. And the idea behind this icebreaker is that I want you to take a photo of these items and send it to the WhatsApp group or send it to Zainab if you're not on the WhatsApp group. Everyone understood the instructions? Yes, Ahmed, do you have a question, or I think you're still raising your hand from what I said. Any question on the icebreaker? So I think this way we can just go and get some energy before the session starts. So again, you have this list of items. You have 6 minutes to get this list, and you have to take one picture of all the items, of course, like not don't take a picture of each one and send it. So and send it on the group, and also send it to Zainab as well, if you're not in the group.
Okay, this
All
really
clear?
sounds interesting.
So I'm gonna just share a timer with you so that you are able, of course, to see the time. But any question before you start? Okay, I assume no. Okay. When you don't answer, I assume okay.
Is it
Let me
obligatory
just.
that they have to bring all those items?
I can't hear you, Zainab. What did you say?
Like they should bring all these items found in the list,
Yeah,
right?
sure. The one who will be winning this game is the one who's able to get all the items in these 6 minutes. Okay. So the time starts from now. I need to get them all and take one picture of them, not pictures, take pictures of different items. Okay. You can start. Okay, so I think two people already started sending their photos, right? The photo. But let me check
How
if they have
fast
them
they
all.
are. Like there are a lot of items.
Yeah, there are 10 items. Let me check if they have them all. Okay, I think yes. So I expect receiving, I think, 6 more, right? We still have only two people who did the activity.
Yes.
All right.
Come on, guys, lazy.
Don't have Apple? Okay, accepted.
Ahmed Isa sent me his list. I'm gonna send it to the group, okay? Mahdi Hashim. Wait. To send me there. So the photo I've sent is for Ahmed Isa and Mahdi Hashim because they are beside each other.
Oh, okay.
Where is the hot tree? The hot tree, where are you?
So far, I think 1, 2, 3, and 5 people. Yeah, we should receive 2 or 3 more.
Five, four, three, two,
Oh,
and
Layla asked me for 1 minute.
And I think
Yeah.
only 5 people completed this activity, right? Or
Yeah.
okay,
The hot tree
We have a
also sent
response
it.
from the feature. She's on now.
okay.
Yeah.
So we receive 1 more as well, right?
Yes, we still have Layla's one, but she told me she needs 1 more minute. That time is over.
Okay. It's like submitting your assignment very late. The thing that students at IB do every day. Okay, so 5. Okay. So I think the winner, by the way, the one who sent them, I think after 2 minutes was Aya, right? Aya, can
Yes.
you hear us?
Yes, I
Yes,
was
So
the
I think
first one
I
to
think you
send.
sent them after 2 minutes, right?
Right.
And did you have them prepared before the session?
No.
Okay, so Aya, you're a new student here, or the second time, first time joining, or
No, third time.
oh, okay, third time. Maybe, of course, congratulations on winning this activity. I think you won this activity. That's first. And second, tell us maybe about your expectations from this session, since you have won this activity. What do you expect to learn today?
Can you repeat because I didn't understand?
What do you expect to learn from today's session?
To be quickly and to work on the time.
No, not the activity. I mean, like from the session. The session is entitled Introduction to Debate, right? So what do you expect to learn from today? What are your expectations, I mean, for the session? Can you hear me, Aya? Maybe others, we can take Hamad, for example. Hamad, what do you expect from today? Expectations?
Well, from the title, I guess we are going to learn how to debate in during a GMUN and how to I don't know how to deb
Yeah, so like for example, debate basics that you need, like in general, like whether you are going like whether in the SMUN conference or overall, like debate skills, debate basics. Okay. Hamad, did you enjoy the activity? How was the activity, everyone? I think you can tell us in the chat. How was this activity?
Yeah, I actually really
Are you
enjoyed it.
do you feel you are more ready to the session now?
Obviously, yeah.
All right. So others? Okay, great. Others, if you can hear me, how was this activity? Do you feel you are more ready to the session now? All right. So I think we can start the session then, and we can start the stuff we're going to talk about for today so that we finish on time. First of all, of course, I just have a question for all of you. Do you have any experience in debate before? Like, did you take any debate workshop or anything? Did you join any debate program before? Using the chat, please. No, okay. And if I ask another question, the question that you can see here, tell me your view of debate. What is it and when is it done? So how do you define debate in your opinion? You can hear, raise your hand and unmute your mic. By raising hand. What's your definition of debate?
Debate maybe.
Yeah, say it. Yeah, say it.
Okay, so debate is trying to convince another one who has different point of view from yours to convince him by your point of view, maybe.
Okay, so convince others with your point of view, but okay. Isn't this the same as discussion? Like, do you think that, why do we call it, for example, a debate and not a discussion, for example? What's the difference between a debate and discussion, in your opinion? The question is for you, Muhammad, and for everyone. What's the difference between a debate and discussion? Do you, anyone has an idea? Yes. I think the hat tree, not mistaken.
Yes, the hot tree.
The hat trees. Yeah.
Yes,
You can say.
in my point of view, debate is an activity where two persons come together to express their point of view for or against, and we have to come to a certain compromise at the end. So
Okay.
the major difference between debate and discussion is that in a debate, no doubt there are two conflicting views, but a person has to come to a certain compromise at the end.
Okay. And do you think that both teams should, like both parties or both teams should agree on the same opinion at the end of the session or at the end of the debate or not? Do you think
I
that they should
think
agree?
it depends from person to person.
Okay. But they are allowed to agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us say, for example, that you're going, I think you have an overview already of what, like how MUN goes, right? Let us say you are going now to present, for example, Serbia on an MUN conference. And you have a position regarding like a certain topic that is being discussed. So do you change your opinion by the end of the conference? If you are representing a certain country in a UN
Yes,
conference.
to some extent. For example, if my point is quite concrete, and if some of the people in my group agrees with my opinion, then there is no need to change the opinion. But if other group find it's conflicting or other persons are not agreeing with it, so there is some chance that I would change my opinion.
Okay, but do you think that you're presenting yourself in this conference or representing your country?
Myself and my country both.
Okay, and then if you change your opinion, this means that you're changing the opinion of all your country in this conference.
Sir, can you please repeat?
Like I mean, like if you're changing your opinion in this debate or in this conference, then you're changing your opinion of all the country based on what you believe in or based on what you noticed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others, do you think that's allowed in conferences?
Well, we have to change it according to the interest of this country. So,
Interest of this country. What do you mean by interest of this country?
what it brings benefit for this country, not
Okay, like under the umbrella of the what the country believes in, right?
of course, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So because
Because
like if you're
I'm
presenting
not
Lebanon,
representing my
yeah.
point of view or my opinion. I'm representing a
Okay,
whole
that's actually
country.
true, which means that what she said, is it right or wrong? What do you think? What do you think? Is it right or not?
I think we should not change our what we I don't know. Like
Okay.
we have to discuss with the country first, with its government or what, and then say our opinion based of what we discussed.
Okay. So at the end, you're representing this country, which means that, of course, Zainab, later we're gonna give you like a sessions or we'll have more sessions on technicalities of MUN. But one rule, like why I'm asking this question, the difference between a debate and a discussion, and this is a question, the main question that I asked, and why MUN is one format of debate, is that in debate, no, we don't change our opinion during the debate. If I'm competing, if I'm doing a debate with someone, and I'm a debate competition where I'm presenting a certain team, representing a certain perspective, I don't go and change my opinion just because I got convinced, because at the end, the idea is to prove your point more and more. If you're on a conference, of course, you don't change your opinion based on what you believe in, based on what you got convinced in. You may have some allies, but at the same time, these allies are dependent, of course, are dependent on what the country believes in and what the country is part of and what the country represents in terms of like political stuff, social stuff, economic stuff, any kind of topic that you're discussing, which means that you can change your opinion in that matter. However, in a discussion, in the regular discussion, if I'm discussing something with you now, can I change my opinion or not? I need more people to participate. Other, like Muhammad, you can share, and I want others as well. Yes, Muhammad. Okay, Ahmad says yes. And Muhammad, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. During the discussion, of course, we can change our
Yeah, sure.
opinion.
Because at the end,
Then
if we keep on the same opinion, this means that we are not accepting others' opinions. We're not benefiting from this debate, right? Okay, so that's one difference between debate and discussion, and that's what defines debate. What defines debates is that debate is a formal way of discussing things, is a formal way of discussions that allows you, of course, we do have like people with different perspectives. We do have, for example, a topic that we are discussing, arguments from everywhere, refutation, whatever. These are already exist in discussions. But the main concept of debate is more formal, it's more organized, and people, they stay on the same opinion that they have throughout the debate. Okay? All is clear so far regarding the definition of debate?
Got your point. Got your point.
Okay, great. And this, of course, what differentiates debate from discussions, and this what differentiates, of course, any kind of conferences or competitions that goes under the umbrella of debate, like GMUN conferences or any other kind of policy debates or whatever debates that you are, formal debates that you are. All right, we go next. But before we go next, I have just a question. From the previous time, I think you had a session on public speaking, right?
We learned how to be
For people who
confident.
joined the previous session. Who can tell me at the
Yes.
beginning, who can tell me
Was
something they
yesterday,
learned?
guys. Yesterday's session was about the art of public speaking.
Okay, I thought that, yeah, so it's just yesterday, so you should, of course, all remember everything, right? All right, so like, who can tell me what you exactly under what you learned from yesterday's sessions? Because I need to build on it before going to the next slide. For those who attended the session yesterday or actively attending the session yesterday, because it's not about just attending, it's about participating, right? So yeah, who can tell me?
Well, okay, we
Okay, you
learned
can
how
go.
to. Okay, we learned how to be confident, how to relieve and how to release our anxiety when we are public speaking, when we are telling our point of view. So we learned some techniques to be more
Okay.
confident. Yes, that's
Okay, can you tell me like some of these techniques, for example, like one technique that you
yeah.
learned?
We learned, for example, to speak louder, to and dress to impress, to value our words, tell our words to tell ourselves valuable words that increase our self-confidence. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, that should be great. And do you think that the debate, with the definition that we set for debate as a formal discussion between two parties, is a way of pushing this public speaking or not? Is a way of practicing this public speaking or not?
Well, I guess uh, practicing public speaking is a way to make our debate more interesting and to yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly, because at the end, when you are presenting your speech in front of people, in front of audience, like sometimes in some debate competitions, we used to present our speeches in front of thousands of people because it was on a national level, and sometimes we have like judges, we have experts who are listening to us or who are giving comments, which means that all of this happen when you, of course, have good public speaking skills. And it's at the end, debate is a practice on public speaking. It's a way to push your public speaking. You're not expected to be great in public speaking before coming to debate, then what's the importance of debate if you are expert in public speaking, or if you are expert in argumentation or refutation? No one is expert in these fields. You just practice them. You know, I'm not an expert in these fields as well, although I do have experience, but I'm not an expert in them. No one is an expert in these fields, which means that through the experience, you get more familiar with how to speak in public and how at the same time you present your argument, how you learn from these skills. I have one more question, but this time, okay, thank you, Muhammad, of course, your participation. I really appreciate it, but this time I don't want Muhammad to participate in this question, okay? So I need to hear from others. Why do we debate? Debate is a formal discussion between two parties. It's a competition. It's one format of it is a competition. One format of it can be a GMUN conference where someone is not changing his opinion, he's presenting a certain country or is presenting a certain perspective and coming to this debate to explain it and explain it and explain it and elaborate on it. Why do we need this kind of debate? Why don't we keep on having informal discussions? Why do we need to debate? Why do we need this format of debate? Others, other than Muhammad, I think we have Mayan, Mahdi, Layla, Azra, Aya, Rukaya. Yalla, come on, Ahmad. Yalla, guys, we need to be participating in the session because it's not a lecture. If I prefer to stop than giving a lecture, you know, so I don't like to give lectures. I want everyone to actively participate. It's just a very nice concepts that you are learning through discussion, like question, answer, and more discussion stuff. You learn more. That way you learn more, because never take debate as a lecture that you take, or public speaking, or even like all of these trainings that you are taking with Zainab. Never consider them as lectures that you just need to attend. You're not obliged like to come just and attend, but you are actually you're obliged, or you need to actively participate so that you learn more. That's the idea. So people, I mentioned their names. Any comment on this question? Why do we need to debate, or why do we have this format of discussion?
Yes, guys, go on and try it. Like, even if you've answered a false answer, it's okay. Okay, like, we're here to
Exactly,
learn.
that's it.
Graded.
I'm
We're
saying
not
again that
schools.
you're not expected to be experts in this. No one is an expert in this field. You just like need to learn through experience, through sessions, through participating. Yes, Azar, you can go.
Okay, so what I think about this question is that it's actually really important to have a debate team. Like, for example, if you have a debate in school, like, or something like that, it actually helps to agree on something much better from a certain point of view from each group of people, or from each person.
Okay, that should be great. Other opinions? Mahdi, I can see that you would like to participate, but I don't know how to answer the question. I believe that the question here doesn't have an ultimate answer. Like, it's not a physics question or biology question where you have just like a rule and you need to say it. So it's just like, what's a debate? I'm saying debate is 1 to 3, which means why I need to do this. As if I'm telling you like, what do you want to eat and why do you want to eat? That's it. So just a simple thing with just like giving your opinion. That's it. So it's not about like having ultimate answer, one answer for this question. There is no one answer for this question. Yes, Muhammad, you can go.
Okay, so I think that debate is a way to develop our communication skills and thinking skills in a society, for example, and maybe we can prove our point of view uh, during a debate.
That's actually true. Very good what you said and what she said as well, because at the end we are here to encourage more, like to have more sense of critical thinking in terms of what we're doing, in terms of how do we look at an argument, how do we look at a topic, how do we look at a subtopic. And at the same time, it's a way to improve our communication skills, because at the end you are meeting with people. Like when you go for IMUN conferences or debate competitions, you are guys meeting with people, getting to know other people and getting to know how they think about stuff. And at the same time, you are put in a position where you need to present a currently, or you need to present a specific position or specific topic, you need to like defend a specific topic, which means that you are put in a position to learn, to make research, to communicate what you understood, and at the same time to challenge yourself in terms of this thinking. There are a lot of funny stories about debaters in terms of debate competitions where they did big mistakes. Sometimes you go to international debate competitions, you see debaters, they don't know how to form an argument. They don't know how to, like, for example, defend their position in a good way. They understood the problem wrong. They understood the emotion wrong, which means that always it's like this culture or this field, it's a way for you to develop from step to step. There is nothing, there is no ultimate like answer in that matter. Yes, Aya, you can go.
Yes, I want to define debate. Debate is a part of our everyday life.
We are actually done with this part. I'm sorry, Aya, but I want you to say, why do we debate? We are done with this part. We defined debate.
We debate
Why do we need to,
to discuss about facts, maybe, or anything in our daily life.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I will take one more opinion and then we go. Rukaya, yes, you can go.
We can benefit from debating, since debate provides experience that are conducive to changing conductivity and presentation skills. Also, we can learn policy skills. It teaches us skills of researching, organizing, and presenting information.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes that's a very good point. Sometimes, like, you make some research, like why do you need to make research? Sometimes you go to a debate competition where you don't understand anything about the motion you're having, or the statement that you are trying to defend. Imagine that you are defending a statement, defending a certain topic that you know nothing about, which means that you need to do research. You need to go and challenge yourself and need to know everything about it, because you need to expect any answer or any kind of refutation or reply from the other people. That's a very good answer as well. Thank you. So yes, why do we actually debate? As we said, it's an effective and fun learning method. It's to develop your critical thinking skills, research capacity development, increasing self-confidence, with all of these, like you said them, developing leadership capabilities and coping skills. Why? Because if I'm in conference, for example, I'm presenting a certain country, I am taking responsibility of knowing everything about this country, to lead as if I'm leading this country, leading the perspective of this country in that conference. I need to defend everything that I'm doing. If I'm in a debate competition where I'm just taking a certain perspective in a certain topic, this means that I'm playing the role of the leader who's leading this idea or leading this team to be able to win this competition, or to be able to come up with the best outcome out of this debate. So of course, there are a lot of leadership abilities that you are, of course, developing through debate. Sharpening your listening skills, because you need to keep on having active listening actually for a long time. You need to listen, you need to take notes. Like, you can't just come to the podium and say, hey, my name is Hassan, for example, and my perspective is this. If everyone comes to the podium and just says this perspective, then what's the idea behind having debate, or what's the idea behind having a MUN conference? You need to elaborate, you need to iterate on what others they are saying. Like in an MUN conference, you need to defend people who are, for example, have the same opinion as you have. Like, it's kind of diplomacy in MUN conferences at the same time. If you are in a debate competition, you need at the same time to actively listen to people who are against or people who are with you, because sometimes your friends may make mistakes. Sometimes you may have like some stuff going on spot. You may have like some opinions from other teams. You need to reply to some ideas, like, because you in a debate competition, you are graded if you don't reply to something that you should reply to. Like, you will get, like, for example, -2 on your grade if there's something you need to reply to and you didn't reply. Because let us say, like, a country, or let us say someone, for example, talked about you or talked about your perspective in a wrong way, and you need to reply. You have the right to reply in that case in your speech in a debate competition. If you don't do so, this means that either you didn't listen, or either you are afraid to of course, to talk, which means that both ways you're going to lose grades. So you are responsible to listen to what everyone is saying during this debate. Otherwise, things will not be as you like in terms of the results. So respect for differences and differences of opinion. At the end, you're having people from different cultures. You're having different perspectives. People are looking at topics in different ways, which means that, of course, this teaches you the matter. At the same time, we go to types of debate quickly. We do have 3 different types of debate. We have the real debate, which is more into discussion, and we have the competitive debate, and we have the demo debate. When we say real debate, we mean a discussion, an informal discussion that's happening between a group of people. Like, for example, if I come and discuss with you, for example, like, let us say I didn't have my lunch yet, okay? So let us say, for example, I come and just discuss with you what we're gonna eat for now. Like, is this a formal debate? Is this a competitive debate? Who can tell me? Is this a competitive debate or a real debate, or just informal debate?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna repeat the question. Let us say, for example, I'm discussing with you now what I'm gonna eat for dinner or for lunch or whatever. Is this a real debate or a competitive debate? Again, real debate is an informal discussion that's happening between 2 people. It doesn't have limits. It doesn't have any restrictions. So is this a real debate or a competitive debate?
Oh, it's a real debate. Yeah.
It's a clearly a real debate, right? Because I may compete with you in terms of maybe finishing the meal, but I'm not going to compete with you in terms of discussing what I'm going to get, right? Which means that, of course, it's an informal discussion. I may change my opinion. You may convince me, for example, to get pizza instead of the meal that I'm going to get, which means that there are no limitations in terms of changing your opinion. The main difference between real debate and competitive debate is that in real debate, you can change your opinion, you can adapt with all the arguments the other person is saying. But in competitive debate, and one format of competitive debate is mainly the MUN conferences, you can't change your opinion. You don't have the freedom to change your opinion. You don't have the freedom to adapt with others' arguments and just like agree on them, okay? Because the purpose is what in MUN conferences, or the purpose of what is the debate competitions? The purpose is what? The purpose is winning, right? The purpose is not just to of course, we all need to reach a truth, but the main purpose for you is to just win this conference and be maybe to get some awards on this conference, or at the same time, if you go debate competitions to be the best in this competition and to be the best team in this competition and try, of course, to get the best results. When we go to demo debate, it's more into acting, which means it's a mix of both. You have freedom, sometimes you don't have freedom. It's not something that we do a lot, but it's more into acting. So what the main differences should go between the real and competitive debate. Okay. So that's all what I have regarding types of debate. Do you have any question on this part before we go next? Do you know what are the different types of debate? Who can tell me the different types of debate, what I said so far? Just memorize them maybe in one sentence. If you were, of course, listening to what I said. Yeah, go. You can go.
Oh, okay. We have real debate, competitive debate, and
Yeah.
demo debate.
Okay. What is the main difference between all of them?
Real debate is its goal is to reach the truth. The competitive debate, its goal is to win, and demo debate its goal is to showcase.
The demo debate is what? I didn't
It's
hear.
showcasing.
Exactly, showcasing and more into acting. Okay, great. So that's made it regarding the different types of debate. I have one question for you now, very good question that you may ask yourself, like some debaters ask or some beginners ask in debate or in the field of MUN or whatever. Why do we need to compete in terms of debate? Like, why don't we have always open discussions, open debates? Why should we compete always in this field? Why should we have a competitive debate where you need to win, where the purpose is to get results, and get good grades and get awards, and the purpose you can't agree with others, you need to stay on the same opinion, you can't adopt in terms you can't actually communicate, accept other arguments, and you need to refuse what they said, and you need to keep on the same arguments or keep elaborating on the same arguments. Why do we need competitive debate? Why don't we have always real debates, open discussions? Why this, for example, conference, MUN conference, you don't choose your own country for the country you want, you choose the position that you want, you choose the topic that you want. I don't know, why is it not an open debate? Why it has this formality? Why it has this sort of competition overall? What do you think? And I need here more people to participate in this question. Again, by the way, I'm not sure about the rules of this program, but whoever attended sessions with me before, not in this program, knows that if you guys don't want, actually, if you can't, that's fine. But if you don't want to actively participate in the session, you can leave the session. It's preferable. You can see recording later, I'm not sure, but it's preferable if you participate. You need to participate. It's not something that we can do or we can ignore. It's a question for everyone. It's very clear. Why do we need to compete in debate? Why should I have competitive debate? So please, guys, if you don't want to participate, actively participate. Just because you don't want to participate, you don't want to listen, or if you're not listening actually to what I said, it's preferable if you leave. Who wants to participate in this question? Who wants to answer this question? It's very clear question. Just yes.
Aya is raising her hand.
Okay, I think she's raising her hand from the beginning. Aya, do you have an answer on the question, or are you raising your hand from before? Okay, great. You can go ahead. I want other people as well to participate. Yeah, go.
We use competitive debates because it gives students an opportunity to meet other students from across the country.
Okay, and does this happen only through competitions, or it can happen through informal discussions, meeting others from different countries?
Yes, it can happen from meeting others from different countries.
I think, of course, what you said is thank you for participating, but I think what you said comes up with as an answer for a question that says, why do we need to debate? It's not about why competitive debate. Okay, so why competitive debate is more specific than this. Actually, let us maybe try to think more about the matter, and you can throw answers just in the chat, or yeah, sure. Okay, I think I have an answer, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if it's for this question, because to check the leadership qualities, confidence level, and comparison between the two groups. Okay, comparison between two groups makes sense in terms of competing, it's fine. But at the same time, we can check leadership qualities, we can have confidence, we can have all of these. We can practice on public speaking through informal discussions, like talking with people, just discussing with them things as something is a sort of leadership qualities, sort of socializing and getting better in that field. Okay, Muhammad, do you have an answer, I think?
Well, I think that competitive debate is done between two real competitors. For example, during an GMUN, during an MUN, so the debaters are mainly between the enemies in this world. For example, between China and the United States, or between Russia and the United States. So they try to prove themselves in front of the world. For that, they do competitive debate.
Okay, that's makes sense actually. Like actually, most of the answers I had make sense. Some of them in terms of why do we debate, and specifically this answer, okay, makes sense in terms of MEN conferences, because like everyone needs to present a specific country, and there are some enemies or whatever. But at the same time, the actual answer, the correct answer for this, okay, you can go before I say the answer. Yeah.
When we compete, we will become more inquisitive, research independently, and learn to work without others.
Learn to work without others. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you. So, to go to the answer, the actual answer or the right answer to this question, in competitive debate, do you have the freedom to choose our position, or do you have the freedom to choose the country we want, or like it is like position that you have, for example, in a specific topic regarding a topic in a debate competition? Do you have a freedom to choose your position? Do you think?
No.
No, you don't have the freedom because it's not an informal discussion, right? So if you don't have the freedom to choose your country, choose your position, this means that you are taking a position, or you're taking a country maybe that you don't like to present, or you're taking a position that you don't like to present as well, or to have in a certain topic, right? So it's something that's against your beliefs. It's something that maybe get you out of this this comfort zone, and just like tell you go present this topic. So in other words, you are not presenting yourself. You're not representing your opinions. We are not when you are not representing your opinions, and this specifically happens in competitive debates. It doesn't happen. Okay, you said public speaking, you said communicating between people, you said representing countries. Okay, I liked all the answers, but the main answer is that you are putting yourself in other shoes. That's it. You are for the first time presenting a certain topic, or presenting a certain position where maybe in all your life you didn't expect yourself defending it. Sometimes I have opinions about specific topics. I went to debate competitions where I put in position where I don't really believe in, where I really like don't like to present, but because of this, of course, this assignment that was for me for this position, I had to make research, and I had to think as if I am against this topic, and I'm with actually. And I had to think about this topic as if I am with this topic, and I was, for example, against it in real life. Which means that for the first time, you're putting yourself in other shoes. You are thinking as if you are in the opposite position, and this is the best way to benefit from debate. What's the purpose of debating at that? The purpose of debating is just to compete and get awards and just discuss things. No, it's not that way. The purpose of debate is to turn this debate into action. We are debating under the motto that usually they put in some competitions, which is debate to action, which means that I need to make a difference to this debate. If I need to make a difference to this debate, do I tell people please agree with others? No, people will stay on their opinions. The humans stay in their same opinions. They will not change. They barely change their opinions, and we know that in different countries that we have, like that, people, they don't change their opinions. They barely change their opinions. So because of that, if I go for debate competition and I tell them, for example, go take this position, which position that you don't like, this means that they will go and make research on this topic. For example, if there is a TV channel that maybe it's affiliated with a certain party or a certain, like it has, for example, a certain position for a certain topic that you never opened or you never like looked at, which is a TV channel or a website or whatever. For the first time, you will go this time and search for it, and you'll go this time to see it and see that what these people say. So you are seeing some stuff that you didn't see before because you thought that this is something we can discuss. You thought that this is something that you can change. But for the first time, you are seeing others' opinions. I'm not going to say that debate will change your opinions 100%. Never think that debate will change your opinions 100%. No, but at least you're going to accept others' differences. You're going to accept others' opinions. All of you here, if I ask you, like, do you accept others' opinions, others' differences, you will tell me, no, you could tell me, yes, we do accept. But if I put you now in a position, or if I put you now in a debate where you are against, you're talking against your beliefs, you are going to find it hard. At least for the first and the second and the third time, you will find it very hard. I have a lot of debaters from different universities I have trained. For the first and the second and third time, they found it very hard to, of course, defend a position that they don't believe in, which means that this hardness or this sort of challenging environment that they had helped them, of course, to go over the second position, and of course, help them to change their opinion maybe for the future, or at least accept other differences. Okay. So did I answer maybe the question for you, which is why do we have competitive debate? Do you think that you got the answer?
Yeah. So I'd
All
like
right.
to add some
Yes, sure.
that sometimes maybe when we're searching about a country that we don't like, sometimes maybe we can change our point of view from this country, and sometimes we prove this research prove our point of view from this country.
That's actually true. Like, again, Hamad, as I said, that you're not here to change your opinions. You can still have your own personal beliefs, personal opinions, and but you are looking at some stuff that you thought there is an obstacle, there is a problem. If you look at, you are maybe you were born, for example, from the moment you were born, you were looking at I'm not sure, this TV channel or this website or this politically affiliated thing that you are just looking at because your parents like this, or because your environment is this, because your culture is this. So you are coming for the first time and to look at these countries, or to look at this, for example, this position from different perspectives, from different kind of media, TV channels or whatever, so that's the idea. Okay, so I can see some messages in the chat. I'm not sure. Okay, Zainab, thank you. So I think we do a debate, competitive debate. If we want with real, we may cross some rights, we may disrespect others. So there must be a competitive criteria to do that, to the limit freedom. That's actually true. Of course, it's competitive debates are more organized way of doing debates. There is more better criteria for grading, for assessing people. So it's a really good thing. So yes, why competitive debate, developing debate experience, developing critical thinking skills. These are just like the common stuff of debate, but the main thing is putting ourselves in other shoes, and the other stuff, they are related to why do we debate. So as we said, there are some types of debate that you need to know, and there is also some debate formats or some styles that you need to also take into consideration. Some styles of debate are the British parliamentary debate, which is usually followed by like some British institutions, like British Council. Sometimes they do that, sometimes some other British institutions, and some not only like in this country, in other countries as well, they do follow this. And it's related to how things go in terms of UK Parliament and these things. And at the same time, there is the Oxford style debate. There's the moderated debate, street debate. Street debate is just like the informal debate. There is the Middle Eastern debate. Middle Eastern debate, of course, it's related to the Qatarish debate, which is run by Qatar Debate Center, and mainly it's more into Asian to Middle Eastern debate. They call it sometimes Eastern, sometimes Asian. So there's also the Harvard debate. What do you mean by debate format? Like debate format in general, like in British parliamentary debate, you have 4 teams in the debate. You will tell me now, how can I have 4 teams in the debate? Let us say I'm discussing the topic that says this house will ban the use of plastic. Usually you are either with or against, right? If you have a certain topic, like the banning the use of plastic, for example, you may be with, you may be against, right? Is there one more opinion? Yeah, sure. Which means that why should I have in British parliamentary debate 4 teams? This is just a debate format they have, because you will have opening preposition team, and you have a closing preposition, and you have opening opposition and a closing opposition. So you have 2 teams that are proposing, 2 teams that are defending a certain position, like they are with this motion, and 2 teams that are against. You know what I mean? And these 4 teams are competing to get better grades, which means that these 4 teams are not preparing with each other. So the opening and the closing should be aligned in what they say, in terms of arguments, in terms of position and everything, but they are not actually preparing with each other. They're not in the same. So, there is a challenge of listening here, right? You need to listen to others and make sure that you don't repeat things. You make sure not to be aligned with other team in the same position, but you're not actually preparing with each other. Like there are 4 teams competing. One team will win this debate, not 2 or 3 teams. So this is a British parliamentary format, for example. Something that you don't need to memorize, but just to let you know what's the difference. Middle Eastern debate, mainly it's more into having 2 teams of in debates, and each team it has 3 debaters. 3 debaters are with, and 3 debaters are against. So one team with, 1 team against. Usually it's followed by Qatar Debate Center and some like Middle Eastern institutions that work in the field of debate. There's the Oxford style debate. Oxford style debate is a nice debate because you have like the number is not a problem. Sometimes it changes in some programs. As usual, it's 2 and like with and 2 against. But the main concept of Oxford style is that you are not judged by just a group of adjudicators. You are actually judged by audience, which means that audience will be voting at the beginning of the debate and at the end of the debate. At the beginning of the debate, they will have a vote, and at the end, why? Because the winning team in this debate will be the team that will be able to convince the highest percentage. Let us say, for example, that I have, for example, 60% that are with this topic and 40% that are against this topic. At the end of the debate, let us say they are 50 with like 50. Which team will win this debate in that case? If I have 60-40, 60 people, 60% are with, 40% are against at the beginning of the debate. At the end of the debate, I have 50 with 50. Which team will win the debate in that case, do you think? Yes, Muhammad, do you have an answer?
Of course, the ones who are with.
The ones who are with, they were 60%, they were representing 60% of people, and now they are representing 50, which means that they lost 10% of people, right? To the other,
I thought they are
which
the
means
4
that the
teams.
opposition team will be winning. So that's just a case in Oxford style debate. It's how they do things, and this format of debate is usually followed, of course, in different countries all over the world. Of course, in debates as well, we have something that's called emotion. Emotion is the subject to discuss. Like let us say, for example, I say this house, for example, will, believes that environment is more important than economy, for example, which means that I should pay and invest more in terms of environmental projects than economic projects. So this is a topic that I'm discussing in debate, and this is emotion. So the motion is the topic that I need to discuss. But at the same time, this is the motion. I can be defined as a solution for a problem that you are facing. So when I say motion, I mean topic to discuss and a solution to a problem that you are facing. One of you in the beginning of the session, they said that we debate to solve a certain problem. That's true, because the motion comes up here as a solution for a certain problem. If I have, for example, environmental issues, because if I'm depending on plastic in terms of production, this means that I come and say this house will ban the use of plastic, which means that I'm solving this problem. Do you think that both teams agree or disagree on the problem? Do you think that both teams agree on the same problem or not? Like people that both team that is with and team that is against, do they agree on the problem, same problem, or they have different problems they're discussing?
They should discuss the same problem.
Same problem, of course, because let us say everyone discussing a problem, this means that debate will go not well, so which means that things, of course, will just like go in a way that no one will just like will expect, because if you are talking about different topics, this means you're not understanding each other. And I'm here to tell you that even in some regional and national debate competitions where we have highly competitive debate, highly achievable debaters, some people make these mistakes. They come and like come up with another problem. They disagree on the problem that the preposition team is saying. When I say preposition, I mean team that is with. When I say opposition, I mean team that's against. So when I say problem, I mean both teams should accept it. But again, this And as I said, in national competitions, sometimes like you have some mistake, and sometimes in national competitions it always happens. Like even like you're not expected sometimes to highly come up to highly accept the problem from the beginning. But I'm here to tell you that in debate, there is a rule that you should accept the problem, you know. But if you make this mistake, it's fine. Like sometimes some people are experienced, they make this mistake, but of course will lead them to the losing the debate, which means that we should always accept the problem. But we are here to discuss a solution. I see that this problem can be solved by this way. Other team says that no, this problem can be solved in that way. There is a big problem if you solve it in that way. There is a negative impact. This thing will make things worse, and I'm not sure. Like there are a lot of arguments, a lot of things that you can give the opposition team to prove that this solution is not right. The subject or the motion should be relevant, should be balanced, should be deep, should be constructive. Relevant means that debaters can relate to. I'm not going to tell you here to debate on stuff related to NASA or related to scientific methods. Not expected to come up with scientific methods. I'm not a scientist, you're not a scientist at the same time. Balance means that I'm not going to give you emotion, or we're not going to have a topic. Even in MUN conferences, you will not have a like a topic where only one party can talk, only one group of delegates can talk about it. No, it should be a debatable topic. Otherwise, why are we debating? Are we coming here just like to come up with unbalanced motion where people just like someone can talk about other stuff, other people they can't talk about? But again, if you are going to a conference or maybe a debate competition, don't take it as an excuse like that I'm not having a balanced motion, I can't debate. No. All debate programs, they are organized in a way where they have experts to put these motions and to put this topic. So never think that you will go to a MUN conference, you will have unbalanced motion. But I'm just here to tell you that we should have balanced motion. That's the idea. Like there is a balance. The one characteristic of motions is to have a balanced motion. Deep motions is mainly motions that hold different perspectives, of course, and at the same time they are deep. They are not like you don't go to MUN conferences or some like debate competitions to discuss like I'm not sure. Like there is a funny motion that says this house like believes that cats are better than dogs. Can you debate something like that in a MUN conference, for example, like as a motion, for example? Of course, no, right? It should be something deep. It should be something that has a meaning. This is a funny debate that we give usually for kids in their first sessions and debate. So constructive debate is more into why should I have constructive motion? Sorry, because you need something that makes an impact. You need something that you can relate to. So emotion should be something that I can relate to. It should be something that I can come up with a result for the future. So it should be something constructive, something that has an impact for the future. There are different types of debate that we're going to learn for today. Of course, today in this session, at the beginning, I showed you the agenda. I said that we're going to start with the introduction to debate, motions, and we're going to have argumentation and refutation. Of course, we'll not be covering all of these today because this is a full debate training that you're going to take today and tomorrow as well. So we're expected today to finish the types of motions. I'm going to discuss them now, and we're going to have a small activity on them. And after that, we're going to have a small assignment for tomorrow that you're going to take as for your research as well, just for you to come up with some research on it. Okay. All right. All is good so far. Any question? I think we still have 19 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Any questions so far? If you're don't have any question and all is going well, please raise your hand so that I can know that everything is going well. You can, okay, others, if you are listening. Okay, all right, thank you. So all right, so we're gonna go to the next topic for today, which is mainly the last topic. So when I say types, when I say motion, we said that it's the topic that I'm discussing, a solution that I'm having for a certain problem, and I need to find, I'm not sure, I need to like find something like insightful, interesting to be able to, of course, to solve a certain issue that I'm having. But these motions, we have different types of motions. These types of motions, you're not gonna like have them in your MUN conferences, because at the end, this is a debate session that teaches you the technicalities of debate. Like you don't go and have a type of motion MUN conference. But at the same time, if you understand the type of motions from a context of debate, then you will be able to deal with different topics, with different statements that may come, and of course in a conference. So again, like this concept and this part of the session is clearly related to debate technicalities, but it's not like you will not find it directly in MUN conference, because this is not an MUN session where you are learning the technicalities of MUN. But at the same time, if you know how to differentiate between different types of motion, this means that you are able to have any statement MUN conference and understand it well and know exactly what you need to talk about after that. So yes, we do have like 4 different types of motions. The first type of motion is called a fact. The second type is called a judgment. The third type is called a value, and the fourth type is called a policy. The fact is mainly something scientific. It's a scientific method where let us say, for example, that I say this humanity, this house believes that, this THBT, this house believes that humanity will not reach the 22nd century. So this is something scientific. It needs scientific methods to prove it. We as debaters, as students, as graduates, whatever you are in, or maybe as people who are like 20 years old, 12 years old, 30 years old, whatever, we actually, like, if we are not in this field, in the scientific field, if we're not scientists, and in this age we're not expected to be scientists and we have scientific methods, then we'll not be able to debate on this. Because of that, facts usually don't, like, you will not see them in conferences or debate competitions or whatever. Facts are more into more scientific motions that need scientific methods to be able to prove, you know. So this is the definition of a fact. The second one is a judgment. One kind of motions that you have in debate, it's a judgment. Judgment means comparison, which means that I am comparing 2 things. I say, for example, this house believes that environment is better than economy, which means that I'm going to say that I'm going to put money in environment. This house believes that, for example, the advantages of social media are more than its advantages. This house believes that, for example, I'm not sure, like the advantage of this thing, like this X, for example, this item or this technology is better than this, you know. So like in the field, for example, of machine learning and technological stuff, you have different devices, so you can compare them through a debate. For example, you can do a lot of things related to, like, you may have a lot of discussions and comparing 2 things. Any kind of comparison, whenever the statement has a comparison, like this house believes that environment is more important than economy, this house believes that this thing is better than this thing, this is a judgment, clearly a judgment. So judgment is a kind of comparison between 2 things, between 2 items, or between 2 perspectives regarding a certain topic. Okay. A value, there is the third type and the fourth type, and then after that we're going to have an activity. So make sure that you are ready for this activity. I'm going to ask everyone to participate in this activity. So far we have talked about facts and judgments. In terms of values and policies, I'm not going to take more time in explaining this. Policies and facts, first of all, the first thing, they don't have comparisons. They don't have scientific stuff to talk about. They represent, like, just in MUN conferences, you have environmental issues, you have social issues, you have economic issues, you have political issues that you may be discussing, some stuff related to SDGs, gender equality, whatever. So any kind of this topics you will find in MUN conferences, and I think this topic, this conference has already something relevant to this, which means that you are not representing something scientific. So what's the difference between policy and value? Policy comes as an action. So this house would make university education totally free, which means that after the debate, this decision will be taken. It's just it's a policy that will be implemented. When I say, for example, a value, this house believes that socialism is the best economic system. Am I gonna, like, for example, apply socialism in different countries and cancel the capitalism thing? No. I'm just proving my point. I'm just believing that socialism is the best economic system. Okay? Which means that I'm not gonna have action after this debate. So the main difference between value and policy is that the policy has an action, has something to implement at the end. And more than this, it has a mechanism. There should be you should provide a mechanism where you need to say how I'm going to implement this thing. If you go for an MUN conference and you're suggesting, for example, a solution for a problem, you need to think about how you're going to, like, implement this thing. How you're going to, like, you need to make more research on how this thing was implemented in different countries, how it can be implemented logically, scientifically, whatever. So this is something that also you can relate to. Again, so the 4 types of motions are fact, which goes to scientific stuff, judgment, which goes to comparison, policy, which goes to something that you're making, you know, like just like action that I'm taking after the debate, something that I'm implementing, and value, it's something that is related to policies. It discusses the same topic that the policies will be discussing, but at the same time, it is like you believe in this topic. You're not going to implement it directly after the debate. It still doesn't have an action. It doesn't say this house will lower or higher or make or do or whatever. No, this house believes in that. Okay. So we're going to have a small activity, which
So we can say that
yeah,
we can say the policy is value with action.
you can say that. You can say that, but yeah, its name is still policy. That's the idea. You know, so we can say that. And if you want to define it in this way, you can say that because it discusses the same topic. We'll just have, but it just have this action. That's the idea.
Okay.
Just have this mechanism. Thank you, Muhammad, for the question. Any other question before we go to the small activity? Questions? Okay, so all clear by raising hand. All is clear? Since you're not opening your cameras, so I can see who's able to listen, who's agreeing with things. So because of that, I ask you usually to raise your hands, okay? So yes, okay, I can see that I have 3-4 people with me. Okay, so Mariam and Sally and Azra and Aya, all is good. Okay, Aya, I think you're already raising up. Okay, good. So yes, we go to, okay, thank you, Sally. So we go to practice time. So now I'm gonna move intern, okay, where everyone will be participating. So I think we have Sally, we have Aya, we have Azra, we have Hamid, we have Marian, we have Ruqayya, and yeah. So, and I think we have also one more person, but some people are leaving. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you to answer or to tell me what's the type of the motion that you are seeing here in this slide. Okay. Again, this is not an MUN technicality, which means that it's not something that you're gonna do an MUN to define motions, but it will help you, of course, for the future in terms of looking at the topic and knowing exactly what it relates to. It doesn't need a mechanism to be implemented. Is it reflecting a comparison? Like, for example, even MUN conferences, even like in the debates or whatever, if you have a comparison, this means that you are focusing on advantage and disadvantage. You are focusing on showing that this is better than this. But if you are proving a value, this means that you are proving that this solution is the best for this problem. So it's totally different if you are dealing with a judgment than dealing with a value, or dealing with a judgment than dealing with a policy. And this applies, of course, to different formats of debate. So the first motion is, okay, I'm gonna ask Aya, if you can read it and tell me what's the type of motion we have here. If you're not able, of course, to read, then you can tell me as well. If you're not able to unmute, that's totally respected. Aya?
Yes, I will read it. This house believes that sectarian regime is better than secular regime for the ruling system.
Okay. So
And
what's
the
the type of motion here?
Is not facts, right?
It's not fact, but it's what, yeah. So it's, we have facts. Again, I'm gonna put them in the chat if maybe in the first time taking them, so we may just forget about it. So we have judgment, we have value, and we have policy. Okay, so what's the kind here? Yeah, you can answer wrong, it's fine.
It's judgment.
That's true, 100%, because it's clearly have a comparison, right?
Yeah.
All right, second one. This house will ban the use of plastic. So I will go with Ruqayya. You can't read it also, you can tell me.
It's value.
Okay, why it's valuable? Why it's
I
valuable?
don't know.
What did you say? I didn't hear. You don't
I
know,
don't
you
know
said?
the answer.
Okay, it's fine, it's fine. So anyone able to answer? It's fine, thank you, Ruqayya. So Yes, Muhammad.
Because they said that they want to do something, but they didn't provide a technique or a mechanism.
They shouldn't provide a mechanism in terms of statement. Like, for example, if I'm conference where you're discussing the implementation of a certain strategy or a certain technique, they'll not be providing you with a mechanism. Someone will come and say this is the mechanism, and you'll be discussing the mechanism. So this is not a value clearly, but why it's what is it that case? This is it has an action, right? Which means there's Zainab.
It's a policy.
Yeah, that's clear because it has an action. Will ban, will do. That's it. So faster, we're gonna move faster. So this house believes that China will be the largest economic power in 2030. I'm gonna go with Muhammad.
The fact.
We have Sally.
Wait, what do you think, Sally? Is it a fact?
Yes, fact.
Of course, does it discuss here scientific stuff, or does it discuss like something that we can deal with as we define the fact? No, right?
Yes.
Like, can't we discuss emotion, something like that, like, and have economic or social input on the matter? Like, there are a lot of expertise opinions. There are a lot of clues. Like, even for us, like the clues, like for us that China may be the largest economic power. If you look, for example, now at the level of China, the economic growth in China, it's actually surprising, which means that, and although the United States comes first, it's still in the ranking, but at the same time, for the future, there are a lot of reasons why to say that. So it's not like, as we said, fact is more something scientific. It's a value, clearly, so something that you can prove. Yeah, like go. I think I'm gonna go with Sally this time. Your turn. This house believes that capitalist system is the worst economic system. What is it?
Is it a fact?
There's always confusion between fact and value. This is a value, right? Because at the end, like, you can prove, you can have an arguments, a lot of arguments. It's not a scientific topic. Again, fact is more of a scientific topic. So we can have a lot of arguments that prove that capitalist system is worse system, and you can compare it with the socialist system or whatever. Like, so you can have a lot of arguments on them. We go next. So there's no problem of making mistake.
Can't we say that this is a judgment?
This is what?
A judgment, because they are comparing the economic system of the China
it's an indirect comparison, but like the motion seems as a value. You know what I mean? It's an indirect comparison, clearly. But if you are a good debater here, this means that you're gonna understand that it's a comparison. So you're gonna make the comparison in your context. But as a kind of motion, it's a value, still a. So other like other one here, I think is with us. We have Marianne, if you are hearing us. Marianne, can you hear us? Or Marianne, I think. Okay. Hamid. Hamid. Okay, I'm not sure if they're having connection issues. Then we can go again with Muhammad. Do you have an answer on this?
I believe the need to bring. Is there a value also?
Yeah, sure, it's a value. Of course, Lebanese or any kind of country you want to change school curriculum. So this house will allocate more resources for public schools and universities. Without a turn, you can answer. You can unmute and answer. Come on, Sally. Yeah, you can go. Go ahead.
Is it a policy?
Yes, this house believes that homosexuality doesn't corrupt societal values. So this is what? You can unmute and answer, everyone. Yes, Sally or Muhammad. Thank you. You want to answer? The South believe that
It's not
homosexual.
corrupt. It's a value also.
Yeah, sure. And the last
Yes.
one.
Believe
Last
that
one.
taxes do more harm than
It's
taxes. Policy because there is an action or
it's a it
Yes.
doesn't have an action. Like you're not saying that. You're saying this house believes that. What do you think, Sally? Think you wanted to answer? This is a
Judgment.
right.
yes. Oh, for example. And at the same time, we went into the motions and types of motions. For tomorrow, we're gonna go over the basics of argumentation and refutation, which is something that you need in your MEN conference, like or any kind of debate competition that you are having, because at the end you need to know how to prove your point and how to be able like to refute others' opinions at the same time. So before we end the session, I just want to hear your feedback on the session. So the feedback will be kind of rating because I like numbers. So out of 10, how much do you give this session? You can start, you can unmute yourself and tell me. Hamad, how much did you give the session out of 10?
Actually, I give it a 10 over 10. It was a really, really interesting one. I enjoyed
Can
it
you
a
give it
lot.
how much? The connection issue happened
10,
only when you said the number.
a 10 over 10, of course. I
Okay,
enjoyed it.
thank you.
I
So,
enjoyed it a lot, and I usually like the such sessions that give the audience a chance to speak and express their opinions. So thank you so much.
others, Aya? We have 1 minute. Yeah, it's left. Because of that, I'm giving you a
I,
chance. Otherwise, yeah.
I
Okay, thank
also
you,
give
Rikaya
it
said. Okay, thank you. So others at the same time? I think Marianne, Hamid are not hearing us. Rukaya, thank you. Sally?
Also, I give it 10 over 10. It was so interesting.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for attending this session. I will leave the floor now, I think, to Zainab if you
Before
have something
leaving,
to say.
Hassan, before leaving, I would like to thank you really in behalf of International Internship University and in behalf of International Students Development Council for this insightful and professional actually session, interactive one. What I like it a lot, wasn't just a lecture. I love the interaction, even though the students, as we mentioned early, they are beginner. Maybe they were a little bit hesitant to share their points of view. But the aim of this webinar itself is just to encourage them to participate more and more and to enhance their communication skills. So really, we appreciate your presence with us today, especially that I know your busy schedule. So thank you a lot.
Okay, thank you, Ismaha, for Zainab as well for invitation. And I really liked the feedback of all of you, and especially your feedback, Ismaha. And yeah, that's it from my side. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I also
You.
strongly agree with what Ms. Maha said. Thank you so much, Hassan. We really were interested. It was a really interesting and interactive session. If I can give it 100 out of 10, I will go surely for it. Especially like we started with this interesting icebreaker. I didn't participate, but I really wanted to. But yeah, it was really interesting, and the way you explained everything clearly. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're most welcome, and thank you all.
Thank you. And now let's end our session. Yes, Ms. Maha.
Yes, dear. With you.
Okay, guys. So yes, so we finished our third training session for today. And from now, let's say goodbye and let's meet in another training session tomorrow at the same time. Now take care and revise the notes we've took today. And we're gonna have a new training session tomorrow with a new topic. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.